So this is everything that I'm gonna need to run this Cat 5 wire in my son's room. The scissors, the Cat 5e cable, the crimpers to make Cat 5 cables to plug into your devices. Those are the connectors. This is the wall plate that will go in his room. This will help hold the wall plate to the drywall. This is needed for where you have your router at, and these are the parts that connect into there. So I'm just gonna recycle by removing this coax cable that we don't use anymore since we don't pay for TV service. So I'll just use this same hole. So I'll fish the wire through here, and I'll use that wall plate and attach that wire to that. It will be something similar to that. So here in the room where we have the router, where all the cables will come in, disregard that hole. I have some cameras running through there. Need to do something with that. But here's where I'm gonna fish the line to get it to this connector here that connects all the cables to the different bedrooms to the router. And you just connect the wires to the back of those, which I'll show you how to do that later. And this is the router and the modem. So here's the fiberglass wiring kit, which I call fish sticks, or most people might call fish sticks. You use those to fish wires through the wall. So I'll probably end up needing 3 of those. I got this at Harbor Freight. So now I'm just laying out the wires, so when I go pull the wire, it doesn't start to like knot up or kink up. Because this wire, you don't want to just pull it to straighten it out. You kind of want the cable to turn the way it wants to turn so you don't damage the copper. So here's the fish sticks. I'm going to use 3, but there's 2 just to show you. Here's like different attachments that you can screw on depending on your purpose of what you're trying to use it for. But I'm going to use that small one there just to attach the stuff there. You can see how they can screw together, so you can make them as long as you need them to be. So in the attic, I found where all the wires go down to that one hole in the wall you seen, and here it is. So that's where I'll fish at. So I put the fish stick in a hole, but my camera died on me, so I took a picture of it. But that's the fish stick sticking in a hole that I put the fish stick from the attic going down into the house. So now it's time to find the fish stick. So it can either be on the left side of this wall or the right side. So a trick that I like to do is stick the phone in the hole like this. I don't see the fish stick on this side, so let's flip the phone and check the opposite side. There you go. So that's the fish stick. It's a little bit left of that hole in the wall, so let's see if I can grab it. Alright, I feel it. So let's see if I can. There we go. Now this is kind of hard doing with one hand holding the camera, but you just gotta push the fish stick up high enough so I can get it through the hole. Like that. So now I need to attach the wire to the fish stick. So now it's time to attach this cable to the fish stick. So I just score the outside plastic part of this wire. Then you just take some of these wires and shove it in this hole here to kind of like just, you know, tie it to secure it to this fish stick. Then I'll use some electrical tape to tape that to the fish stick, just so when you're pulling it through, it doesn't get hung up on anything. So here's the fish stick. So now I just have to pull this fish stick up so I can get the cable into the attic. Now it's kind of hard with one hand, but I managed it. So sorry for all the shaky camera. So now the wire's in the attic. So now over my son's room, I found that coax cable, so I'm pulling it up through the hole so I can use that same hole. I know it's kind of dark, but you can see that hole is small, so I'm gonna have to drill it out because the fish stick and the wire won't fit through there unless I change the way I tied it. So now I drilled the hole and I'm gonna put the fish stick in there. Just push it down till I feel it hit the ground. And once it hits the ground, I should be good to go. There you go, you can hear it. There's the fish stick with the wire on it. So now I head back in my son's room to get the fish stick, and you can see it right there. Lucky. So now I'm just gonna pull that fish stick out and fish it through the wall. There you go. Now the hard part is done. I don't have to go back in the attic. And thank God, because it's hot today. So now it's time to put the connector on the cable and put it on here. So you have B and A. I'm going to use B so you see the color description on which wires go where. So now you just put the colors to match in the connector. So here you push the white orange first and then the solid orange second. Now just do that with all the colors to have something similar to this. And now we just have to cut the extra wire off. Now I just have to do this to the other end of the wire in the other room. So before I put everything back together, I want to test the line, but I need an extra Cat 5 cable, so I'm going to make one here So I was taught when you were trying to put these wires together to put it in the connector, you want to pinch the wire here and start maneuvering the wires side by side, and using your nail to pinch them keeps them from overlapping each other. Then you kind of just shake left and right, and that pushes all the wires neatly together like that, and it keeps them in order. So when I slide that connector on, it will fit perfectly inside the connector. So I'm keeping them all together. So now I can cut the wire where I need to cut it. So I'm going to cut it. I realized it was kind of at an angle, so I'm going to try to cut it straighter like that. Now we could check to see if it slides in this connector, and each channel, those little dividers you can see, and it slides in there, but the cable is still a little too long, so I'm gonna pull it out and cut the line some more, because that plastic sleeve should be right where that notch is. So when you crimp it, it pushes down on that plastic sleeve to hold the line in. So now when I put it in there, you see the plastic sleeve is even with that notch. So now you can put the connector in there and crimp it, kind of push down on it. And it should crimp the line like that. And now I just have to do that to the other side. So here's the before and after speed test. Now I understand if I had a better wireless router, maybe it will be faster, but it's nothing like that wired connection.